Oh, hello.
Hey,
Hey
people.
everybody, how y'all doing? Baby,
It,
I'm doing my best not to phone it in today.
babe, listen. It's been that type of week. I feel like it's leading into that type of month already. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, I get it. Hey, Lola, I see you are the first person in here, and you are the only
Thank you,
person in
Lola. At
here.
least somebody loves us.
Right. Thank you for loving on us. Thank you for spending time to come on into this room and share some of your goodness. Tell us something good today, Lola. Tell us you done hit the Powerball and you get ready to retire us and you and so tell me something good. Tell us something good, Lola.
Please, Jesus, because yes. Mm. And while Lola is typing, how have you been, Mr. Epic?
Man, I've been okay. Ugh. So as I'm sitting here in this particular spot, I looked over and realized that like whenever I go to cook, I always know I have to wipe everything down. I have a cat, and so when I'm not here, my cat will do whatever the fuck she wants to do. But while I'm at home, that's a whole different story. So I'm looking over and I'm realizing I'm like they're a little. I was like, she's been up on that, or she's been up on that. I'm like, oh, now I gotta wipe that
Mm-hmm.
down. But that's what I just looked over and I'm like, oh god, there's another paw print. But anyway, um, the week has been good. Haven't really had too many complaints. I kind of it's really sad, and I really don't want to jinx it, but I feel like it is the quiet before the storm for some strange reason. I don't know why, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's not. But it's been good. Even my supervisor has been kind of decent and not like on no other type.
On no bullshit.
Like like it's just been it's been good. So it's like I don't really have too many complaints about it. And so work has been cool. Um, it's been work has been cool. Personal life has been cool. I've had some friends that just kind of want to call and call and call at random times and just want to still talk about the same stuff that I'm like, this is not that important. Like, but we can talk about this at any other time. Like, it's not, and definitely not at no 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, well, don't call me about this.
The middle of the workday. What the fuck are you doing?
Like, what is this? Like, what are we doing?
I'm either in the middle of work or I haven't got to the office, which means either way I can't be bothered.
Right. So, but listen, I get it. It's what you were having a moment with and you wanted to call, and that was great. And while I was still getting myself together and getting to my job, I got to a point where it's like, all right, I can't take this energy into the door with me. Like I'm not doing this. But outside of that, it's been pretty good. I really haven't had too many issues. I am privy to some other information as far as work is concerned, about one of our a staff member that is going to be demoted and that's just all it is.
Ooh.
Um, and yeah, Lola, no. Lola, no. No, baby. You
Oh
no, no,
boy,
no.
girl, don't do it.
Mm-mm. I would it as what's his name? What is his name? The other comedian. It would behoove you to
Right.
not at 9:08 a.m. Maybe at 9:08 p.m. you might get a better response, but 9:08 a.m.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'm looking
Now,
at
the
that
people
and
I know call me at that during work hours because all of my friends got jobs or they're furloughed. But the ones that's furloughed are in bed, and the ones that got jobs are working. So I was like, if someone calls me at 9:08 a.m., like if you call me at 9:08 a.m., I'd be like,
something's wrong.
this is bad news. So I
Something's
got,
wrong.
hey girl, what's going on?
Now listen, there are other people that can call me at any time because my phone will go on do not disturb and everything, and you are one of those people that can come through there. But like the besties,
But the
like
ones who can do that know not to call with no
oh,
foolishness in the middle of the night.
listen, one of the besties is on here. First of all, I'm even shocked that he even logged in at this time of night because I know his ass is ready to go to bed. So listen, I don't mean to put my sister out on Front Street, but thank you, girl, for tuning in because I know you're gonna go to bed. He probably sitting in the bed right now with his slice of cake and or some little treat and a glass of milk in the bed right now.
You talk about
But
mango.
yes, when I
Oh,
tell you,
she go to bed early.
Baby, when I tell you, if you stop up at that spot right now, you want listen. My sister will come to the door in a muumuu, a hair curler, and the bonnet, and she might even have a little candle
and
with the nightlight.
a cup of chamomile tea.
Listen, that tea done already went down, and you listen. There's gonna be a faint smell of a nice little blunt in the air because he had already took his nighttime meds. My sister's ready to go to bed. So listen, I'm glad she came. She tuned in.
Wait a minute, Josh just said a whole word. I could build the Statue of Liberty out of gold, and I would get questions why I didn't add jade marble to it at my job. Baby, come sit by me because this is exactly it. And Menga said, I'm eating freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. All right, I live for that.
Listen. Which, by the way, Manga, we're a little short on the delivery system. So I mean,
right, I'm like, if you making fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. Oh, speaking of which, do you like apples?
I do like apples, but no, that you're not in the cookie distribution system. Sorry, sorry. I do love you, but you are not a part of the cookie distribution system. Nope. Listen, but you were saying
Friday night, you and your boys went out to eat. Then they hung out, and you came home around 3.
Yes, you did.
Well, if 6 of y'all had dinner, then 4 of you were really cheap. I found your credit card receipt.
Only 2 of you had dinner.
It's not right. But it's okay.
Yes.
I'm going to make it.
Make it
anyway. Now pack your bag.
Bags.
Chip cookies and your chamomile tea and your muumuu and your curlers and leave. And don't you dare come running back to me.
Just to be clear, the chocolate chip cookies and the muumuu and all that stuff was the first things in the bag. So we got to have comfort stuff. So I just want you to understand that was already in the bag. Yeah. So, but for the record, and I think the majority of the people that I hang around can cook something. But listen, Manga, I've always said this, and both Desmond and I have said this. Bitch, why are you sitting around working somebody else's job? Because, bitch, you need to be in the kitchen cooking like that. If I say somebody that needs to be in the kitchen and stay cooking, Manga is the time that you called me, that he called me and said, "Oh," I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at home. I'm just making some spaghetti." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, we was talking about something, and I said, "Oh yeah, well, you adding the sauce and whatever." He's like, "No, I'm making a sauce." I was like, "What do you mean making a sauce?" He's like, "I just peeled the potatoes and put them in the pot and I'm making a sauce." I said, "But you have that much time on your hands that you are going to sit here and make some motherfucking spaghetti sauce from scratch with these tomatoes?"
Making spaghetti sauce only take like 20 minutes.
Listen, it is that's what I'm saying. It is not a difficult thing. Let me be clear. It is not. However,
and I'm not talking about starting with Prego. I'm talking about starting with tomatoes.
Exactly. So when we got to that point where he was canning, I said, "Bitch, why are we here?" So listen, if there's a cheesecake, listen, the bitch cooks. I don't know why she don't is not out here like what's her name? What's that woman's name with the pound cake? Mrs. Paul's, Sarah Lee, whatever. All of them. I don't know why Manga. Listen, there's a baking factory called Manga Mallory. I don't know why it's not out here, and she knows it. The whole family, which is another reason why when I took my black ass to Detroit, I was like, "Oh yeah," because I'm gonna eat now, bitch. I was a little. I ain't gonna listen. I'm gonna say this on public air right now. I was a little mad that by the time I got to the food, that all I had was enough to get a little sample. But it was good though. But again, I don't know why Sarah Lee pound cakes or Manga Mallory pound cakes ain't out here with everything else. But I mean, that's enough. I'm gonna leave that alone. But other than that, the week was good. The people was good.
Your tone is very pointed.
So yeah, and it's cool. Yeah. So, but it was good. So my week was pretty good. How was your week? How have you been? How was your day?
Chow.
as we prepare, everybody sit on back, get you a couple, just get your glass of wine, just sit on back, lean back in your chair, because but listen, he about to go
Honestly,
ahead
I'm
and
not.
unload.
I have vacillated between on given days whether I am going to start screaming or burst into tears. And bursting into tears is worse because that means I am just this side of saying fuck it and going slap off. Because I'm like, if you remember Whoopi Goldberg one Broadway show Fontaine,
Mhm.
I'm not a crier. I just as soon cut your throat as look at you. So if you have got me so beside myself that I am ready to cry, you should probably run. But I need this job. I need these benefits. I need all of this leave time. So we're gonna keep it low tones. And I'm going to figure out what my next course of action is going to be over the coming months. So
That was the very G-rated post vacillation, post yelling and mad typing. But this is the response that is given. This is the patented response. This is the polished response.
I mean, you get the unvarnished response
after many hours and time of. But hey, listen. All I could listen. This is what I did earlier.
and I was sitting there right at my desk. And another thing.
Right. I was just like,
and it's very convenient that the bitch decided to leave once we wrote her a fucking recommendation letter. I don't give a fuck.
Listen.
What's she gonna do? Not show up? I'm sorry, girl.
I'm laughing because oh God. Oh. I'm laughing because you're a clown. But we're gonna keep all of that. We'll keep all that inside for right now.
Yeah, hold it all inside, sure.
But you keep it all inside. I want fussy.
But other than that, so this weekend was fun. We went to the Miss Adams Morgan pageant.
Let me just interject here. Next year, I'm not going to be gay. I'm not going to the Miss
I would just say that being a homosexual is very expensive.
And let me also be very publicly clear. I was not in no means questioning you on what it was. I just literally did not expect it to be.
No. I knew what you meant. My feelings weren't hurt because you were like, "Wait a minute, bitch. Excuse me."
Yeah, because I just didn't make any sense to me. I was like,
what? Because so was I, right? But by the time I found all of that out, we had already been having conversations about a commitment to go, and so I was like, "All right, girl."
And then I had to, yeah. But we had a great time.
We had a wonderful time because we were sitting with one of our the Pearl president, who was also Ms. What's the name of that bar?
She is
Uproar. She's Ms. Uproar.
Yeah, the tape
she's Ms. Uproar. Yeah, Ms. Uproar. And two adult children. and who are just as crazy and off the hook as she is. So we had a cute time. So we had a really fun time sitting at our table way back in steerage.
Baby, we were sitting there, and when I looked over at her and I said, "Girl, you want a piece?" She said, "Hell yeah, baby." I was cooked after a while. I was like, "Girl, I'm gonna have some fun." And I had also been what is this with me and some of the drag queens? I don't know if it's you or if it's just me. I don't know, but it seems to happen a lot. Like some of the drag queens tend to take a liking to me and really want to have a whole conversation. And I'd be like,
when was this?
When I was over in line going to get my cocktail. And she was walking around, like, I guess, politicking, but she was like, "Hi, I'm Miss District of Columbia, and I'm here." And I was just like, "Okay." She's like, "Are you here for the show tonight?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." She's like, "Are you going to support us?"
I also remember you vote, right? So you gotta go and walk around the crowd and she was politicking. So.
She was politicking. I got that, and all that was fine. But baby, I said, but it seems to happen to me. I had one tell me, I'll never forget this. I said, "Oh my God." She was like, "Oh my God, you are so fine." I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Thank you so much." I said, "My boyfriend won't really appreciate you." I said, "My boyfriend may not like that. You talk about me like that." She said, "Well, I don't know if your boyfriend might like it, but I mean, you can give it a try." And I was like, and bitch, you know, I always have something to say, but bitch, I was caught. My tongue was just, I had nothing to say in that moment. I was like,
I wasn't expecting that.
Exactly. All I could do was I was like, okay, all right, girl. But that has happened before, and I'll never forget it because I know who she is. And when I see her, I'll be like, "Let her stay on that side of the room because I'm gonna stay on this side."
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but the pageant was good. It was good. It was a good time. I thought that they were very creative. We also got to support our good friend Mocha, and Mocha was there and
mayonnaise.
Well, yes, mayonnaise, Mocha,
and Mocha.
Yeah, mayonnaise and Mocha, and then
those were the two that I actually knew.
Right. And there were some other people there that you knew, but we're not gonna talk about that. But there's, that was up there before. I thought the one you said that,
yeah.
But it was cool.
I don't like that bitch at all. At all.
Well, listen. It was,
when I can avoid being in conversation or with someone that I don't like, I try my best not to, which is hard in Onyx because it's not, because although people get on my nerves, there's very few people that I don't like, and the bitches that I don't like have already found their way to the door. So that's not really an issue. But the one person that we are talking about, I have to interact with them on a regular basis. So I hope they don't accidentally have a heart attack and die.
That is absolutely unnecessary.
It is. To waste all those good services on someone who doesn't deserve it.
And we're walking. We're shooting past this. We're not going to do that because we don't.
We're gonna be all right. I ain't calling no names. I didn't mention nobody.
I know, but we don't want that. We don't want that energy out there for either of us. So just leave that alone. We're gonna go ahead and skip over that. That's what we're gonna do.
It's not right, but it's okay.
Yes.
Anyway, so yes, but Miss Adams Morgan pageant was a fun time. So that was a good evening of activity. It was a disco theme, so we both dressed in our disco finery, and so we had a wonderful time.
It was good. Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was, I mean, after if you're going into it, so for me, I had to go into it and keep reminding myself this is campy drag, and when I go into it with that expectation, I wasn't.
We know you are hard on drag queens.
I'm sorry. Was that a statement or was that a question?
It was just a statement. It was an observation.
Okay. All right. But was it an untruth?
You give
was it an untruth?
you give thorough and detailed critiques. And it's not that they are untrue, because it's all true, but they are very thorough.
I feel like we owe them that because they are our sister and brethren, and we need to be able to talk about these things and let them know what's going on. So the next time when they walk out their door, they won't make the same mistake twice.
Exactly. See, you were doing, it's a public service, that's what I look at it as, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
there we
right.
go. I will tell you that I don't have any stories so the video was way too long, but if you were interested, remember the young lady that we talked about last week, the one with special needs that got arrested for stealing some shit from Target?
Yes.
So she was arrested again a couple of weeks ago because that video was the video that we saw was from earlier this summer. I don't know exactly when, but she got arrested back in May, and then she spent 50 some days in jail. And then, that was when she had her appearance. And then she got out and then got caught. She stole something from a Dollar Tree, a $1 bottle of water, because she's apparently homeless. But the way that she presented so there's two things. So the website that I saw, the Instagram that I saw, on the video that she's doing, what do you call it? The body cam footage from when she got arrested at Target presented a different perspective on her personality, which might lead you to believe, if you don't know anything about personality disorders, that she was pulling a stunt, because she was not talking in that baby voice. She was talking like the 29-year-old woman that you would think she is. But she's homeless. She stole a bottle of water. But when she went for that second appearance, she was back to the baby voice, which tells me that there's something's going on, that she's either got multiple personalities or she's being medicated. And so either what I'm assuming is that when she's in jail, she's not medicated, and she has this baby persona, which is her unmedicated self. But when she's medicated, she, can function and interact the way you might expect a person of her age to interact. But that does not mean that she is fine because she's homeless. And she ain't never stole nothing. The two times that we've seen her involved with the justice system, neither time has she stole anything worth more than $50. And both of times it was for basic shit. What I can't remember what she stole from the Target, but she stole a $1 bottle of water from the Dollar General. See, I'm the kind of bitch that I'd have just been like, girl, please just go. Fucking water, just fucking water.
I don't want to have to do all this paperwork for $1.
Exactly, bitch. It's more trouble than it's worth for me for this fucking dollar. Bitch, in fact, I will give you this bottle of water. I'm a soft touch. So I might be like, bitch, here's a bottle of water. In fact, just come by every day. I got a water for you every day that I'm here. Because I wouldn't want to see her going through that over. I mean, because listen, it's one thing, you trying to, walk out and jack a projector or something. I'm like, girl, but if you still in a Snickers or something and you look like you carrying around everything that you own in your little bag, I'm like, girl, I'm not going to sweat you over that. But again, I've never been involved in retail like that. I've only waited tables. So
listen, let me tell you something. Working in retail, one of the first things they tell you is do not chase after the customers. And I was sitting there saying to myself, like, bitch, you thought I was going to run after that person for your shit?
Bitch, ain't nothing in this store. My name, I mean, this doesn't. This the name of this store is not Epix,
baby. And me and Mango used to work at TJ Maxx, and baby, when they came in and took the motherfucking winter coats off the rack, like, and then just walked out the door with them, I was like, I'm sitting at the cash register like. And kept, baby, you think I was going to chase after them? Right. That shit. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Even, listen, I love me more than any of these jobs. So even if they came in at gunpoint, baby, hey.
Look, here, baby, here, let me go ahead and open the cash register.
Let me open up all the doors for you.
The code to the safe in the back is 6293.
I don't even know the code to the safe, but what I can do is I can get you in the back door. That's what I can get you. I can get you in the back door. You got plenty of time. I ain't calling the police. Matter of fact, I'm going home. So I don't care what they can catch me at home. I'm not doing that. Nope.
Right.
So, and as somebody that has had a gun point in their face, I mean, I laugh about it now, but it's like, yeah, I in that moment, you ain't really think about too much other than like, I need to go home. Like, I want
They said, absolutely not. I used to work at Target, and I was like, God, steal from big corporations, fuck them. Baby, yeah, bitch, I'm not gonna, baby, the name of the store is not David's or Epic. I'm like, girl, no, you think I'm gonna end up with a gunshot wound?
No, nope.
Like remember, exactly, Tyra. So when the shoplifter stabbed me, the store would do sorrows, prayers, and then replace my ass. Nerp, fuck that.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But remember,
hey boo.
I think we talked about it for a minute. The young, maybe we didn't. The young lady that worked at the Burger King, and everybody called out. So she worked the entire restaurant by herself. And what was her reward for that?
She got fucking fired
because they said she should have just closed the store.
Well, she got fired. I thought when she got fired because they said something about her attendance.
No, they said they fired. Well, maybe, but what I remember at reading was that she got fired because they said that she shouldn't, it was a safety hazard or something for her to be in the store alone, and she should have known better and whatnot. So yeah, so these companies don't give a shit about you. When they be talking that shit about family and whatever, I'll be like, in one ear and out the other, because that family shit go right out the door as soon. If it comes down to a choice between you and them, they're gonna choose them every motherfucking day. And twice on Sundays.
Grace and I were having this whole debate because we did a little part-time gig, over the Christmas break and everything. And I was very clear about, these are my hours. This is my time. This is when I'm available. I don't want to do, early mornings. I don't want to, I don't want to. She was like, well, damn, you ain't even trying to work. I was like, no. I am trying to work. I'm only trying to work here and here. Hell, when Maximus and I worked together, I was like, listen, I am available on this day, and I'm available on the weekends after this hour at this time and this time. You want the best out of me? I will give you all these hours that I get or that I'm supposed to work. As long as they're within these prescribed times, you ain't got to worry about me. Baby, I am the best employee. If you give me what I need,
right.
You ain't got to worry about me. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to ring my... You just kind of, oh, girl, listen, girl... Go on the other one. It's stuff on sale on the other side. Get that one with the red tag. Yeah, get that one.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you all of that.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyra. Faith, fuck the family. Hey, Dylan.
So yeah, we got to go back because a bunch of people joined. So after Lola joined, Manga and Eccentric, and by the way, Eccentric said, it's almost time for Blackout 30, 7 whole days. So speaking of which,
days.
And not a word from you. 7 whole nights. And I'm just about through. I won't take, can't take, it won't take no more. I had about enough of you. I gotta be on my own. Yes. On my own. Baby. So yes, Blackout is starts a week from tomorrow, and next Wednesday, spread the word. Just like we did in 2022, we will be having a special segment entitled Blackout for the Virgin. Blackout Virgin. Because it's unlikely to be anybody at Blackout who's a virgin, but a virgin to Blackout. So be on the line for that. So that's going to be fun and exciting. So tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a sissy.
Right. And then we want to talk about the time as well.
Oh, yes. Oh, because I got to go get my hair done and get waxed up and everything. So it'll be at a special time, 9 p.m. next Wednesday. So the show next Wednesday, the BGKH show for the Blackout Virgin will be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Same bat channel, just slightly later bat time. All right. And also, Josh said hello to the peoples. And who else? And David. And I saw Dylan popped in a few minutes ago. And of course, our boo Tyra.
Yay!
Are you coming to the store? Are you still in? I'm asking where I can meet you, see if I can buy the stuff at half price. Yes, Desmond. So listen. I remember, so I take that back. I did work retail for a little bit. When I was in college, I worked at Food Lion. First, I worked in the deli. So you had to make all the donuts and make all of the other shit. But the good thing about that was that you could basically make whatever you want and be like, I'm making macaroni and cheese. And you just take macaroni and cheese home. But then I started working the cash register. But I was like, bitch, you could kind of stunt a little bit. Oh.
Now, see, Tyra, any other time I would probably agree with you because, again, we already know I'm always late. But let's be clear that this time shift had nothing to do with moi. I'm just saying.
Yes. But so when I was at Food Lion, you could stunt in the deli because ain't no cameras in the deli. You know, you could, it was even had a cash register. You could ring up small purchases, so you couldn't come with your whole $400 grocery order and try to ring all of the shit through the deli and try to stunt or whatever. But baby, once I got on the cash register up front, people was like, oh, hey, brother. And it would be like my fraternity brothers. They'd be like, so I got like $20, but I want to come and do all of my grocery shopping. Can I come through your line? I'm like, absolutely not, bitch, because it's a camera right here. So, and let me tell you why you can't stunt too fiercely in the deli. Because the older woman got fired for stunting too fiercely in the deli. She kept buying shit and then doing too many returns and all kinds of other shit. Yeah, she got caught.
Listen, where there is a will, there is a way, and there is a stunt queen. So
I mean, that's why the BGKH fan group is called the Stunt Queens.
So
all of us know how to pull a stunt if necessary.
Because baby, let me tell you about the retail. First of all, I'm not going to say all that. I'll tell that in person. But I will say this.
Just say that there are ways.
There are definitely ways and methods that you can get what you need for a lower price. Even if they are measuring the food and the amounts and the weights, there are always ways of getting around that.
Way number one, which I don't know if you can quite do it because I don't do the coupon clipping like I used to. But back in the day, back when, listen, we are of a certain age, and there was a time when everything wasn't computerized and in a database. So you'll go on Sunday morning and put in your 4 quarters to get your Tallahassee Democrat that's got the coupon section. But when they open the door, you take like 4 or 5 papers. So then you take out, and you only do the because they double or they triple at Kroger's, they triple coupons up to $1 or 99 cents. So you go through and you cut out any coupon, eggs, beer, Kotex. Now these are 3 men living in a house. We had no need. Well, in theory, we could have all had needs for Kotex, but none of us was that deeply involved in a relationship where we would have been buying Kotex for a woman, and certainly not me. Even though I was trying to pretend like I could buy my bitch some Kotex. But anyway, so I digress. So anyway, so you walk in with all of these coupons for 99 cents or less. But this was supposed to, we was all too smart for our fucking good. So we had all these coupons for 99 cents. So we go buy whatever groceries we need. We had a little chest freezer and we had a freezer in the house. We had plenty of storage space and plenty of closet space. So we would buy, and we would have like $350 worth of food. And then we will pull out the coupons. Stack of coupons. Swipe, 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 triple coupon, triple coupon, triple coupon, triple coupon. 99 cents times 3. That's $2.98 off. Sometimes we would end up getting shit for free, or you never get money back, but a lot of stuff was free. So if our bill came up to like $220, by the time they got rid of all of the coupons, we'd be down to like $110.
Listen, I'm glad y'all were doing it that way, because y'all were spending a lot of time in front of that camera. At one particular point, baby, I would just roll, especially, this is awful, I'm going to say this, but especially when I was in college. When I was in college.
Wait a minute. Did you see what Lola said? Buy that bitch some Kotex. Bitches love Kotex.
I cannot. But that's interesting though, because I literally thought about that not too long ago, because I told you I had a coworker that had asked about having feminine products, and I know that a lot of the bathrooms have them stocked up, and so I thought about going into one of the bathrooms and bringing some of those things home for me, because I do have friends that do use Kotex or tampons or whatever, just as like, hey, by the way, I got a whatever. Thought about that, but then I also didn't realize that I was like, you know what? I don't want to be that comfortable. Like I don't want to be that comfortable with. I get it. It's a bodily function and it happens. I don't want to be that comfortable. Like, because I don't want you to. What I don't want you to do is, and this is going to sound so shady and so shady, but I don't care. I don't want you to change your stuff in my house and then leave your stuff in my house. That's what I don't want you to do.
Yeah.
But I may be wrong for that. I hope I'm not, but that's just my preference. That's where I am.
Yeah. Hey, Kyriakos. Hopefully we'll see you next week at Blackout.
Kyriakos!
I saw you all living your best gay life in San Francisco.
Indeed. And listen.
I felt bad because I'm like, well, fuck.
Maybe right, I did. I felt bad myself.
Coin or two. Maybe I should have scraped together a coin or two to make it out to San Francisco.
Listen, all I do know is I am when I say scraping these coins together for this trip right here, but that's another. I'm not even talking about that right now. But
that's not even like that. I mean, I know lots of bartenders like, listen, you get this drink and this drink is $3. But the upshot of that is that somebody, if they are hooking you up with the price on that drink. So, oh, wait a minute.
Why will you not be at Blackout? I don't understand.
Because he was having big fun with the wretched in San Francisco.
I mean, it was worth it.
I mean, I guess. But let me tell you, if I go to the bartender and I get this drink, because I have decided that I used to just be like, just give me a vodka and cranberry. Now I'm like, I'd like a Grey Goose and cranberry, or a Belvedere and cranberry.
Very
So it's
specific.
very specific. And if he be like, that'll be $3.50, I'd be like, boom, here's a 10.
Yep.
Because I was going to pay, or even like $15 or whatever, because I know I was going to pay $30 for that drink anyway. And so if I give you 15, I'm still coming out better than I would have. And let's just be clear. The amount of drinks that you are going to get out of that bottle of Grey Goose or Belvedere, you're going to get like $400 or $500 worth of drinks out of that bottle. So you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Drinks is a stunt.
Drinks have always been a stunt, especially when they want to pour them in and make them real light. And I'm like, bitch, wait a minute. This is not an adult beverage. There's no adult in this beverage. What are we talking about?
Right, girl. What is, baby, I'm going to start coming up with a little color chart. And I'll be
if
like,
your vodka and cranberry is this color red.
Right, $1. If the redder it goes, the lower your tip. So
all I do know is if you can't make a drink like you make a drink if you like you at the mill, maybe that's a problem for me. I'd be like, And for those of you that may have never experienced a drink at the mill, baby, I feel sorry for you because baby, it was nothing like having liquor with just a spritz of color on the top. It was just absolutely amazing.
And served in a big, huge 16-ounce solo cup.
Well, when I first started going there, it was the little plastic red cups. Then they went to the plastic gold cups. Then they went to the disposable cups.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, when I started going there, as you said, you've been gay much longer than I have. I have been.
So yes, I started that a little bit early, and the drinking part was fun. Do you remember your first drink? Like I remember my first drink was
my very first legal drink. Yes.
Well, like my first drink of choice was peach schnapps and orange juice. Like I thought I was really doing something. I was like, can I get a peach schnapps and orange juice, please?
My first drink of choice was Malibu and pineapple because when I turned 21, I went into. Now, let's be clear. It wasn't that I hadn't had a drink before then, but the first legal. That's why I said the first legal drink was Malibu and cranberry because I went into the liquor store with my brand new ID that said if that was so, it would have been sometime after March 26, 1992. 21 years old. Bam. And they had a cute little set of pineapple juice and Malibu. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Malibu, what is that? Coconut flavored rum? That sounds delicious. And pineapple juice is almost like having a pina colada. And for the longest time, that was my drink of choice. Then I got influenced by some of my because I'm in this architecture fraternity, so most of my fraternity brothers are not black. Now, all of the ones that I went to college with at FAMU were black, but we were at Penn State, so that tells you in State College, Pennsylvania. So that tells you every fucking thing you need to know because, baby, I thought I had seen white people drink, but then I went to State College, Pennsylvania to visit my brothers at Penn State. And I was like, what is your liver, baby, and your kidneys? And these were the women. Baby, the way that they got fucked up and they convinced me to start drinking Jack and Diet Coke. And that was my drink of choice for, I don't know. I was easily influenced because I don't really drink like that.
But the Diet Coke made the Jack taste worse.
Well, I was trying to be healthy.
Okay.
But yeah, right. So those were my first drinks of choice. Now, the very first drinks I had, I remember, 18, we're in the dorm, right? And we found out, word spread like wildfire that down the hill, there was a little, I think it was Indian. He either didn't understand the liquor laws, because this was 1989 when we started college.
He didn't care.
The age was 21 then.
He didn't care.
He either didn't know or didn't care, and more likely didn't care So the word got around quickly to all of the dorms that the little Indian dude at the little liquor store at the bottom of the hill would sell to anybody. And it wasn't like you had to come in there and be like, can I you know, you walk in, can I get a bottle of Wild Irish Rose? So that was the first alcoholic beverage that I ever had was Wild Irish Rose.
The first alcoholic beverage I ever had was McNorton's, and it was at my grandparents' house because that's what they like to drink. And so I used to take the little metal top and I would screw it off and I would pour a little shot in it and then I would try to drink it like they did, like a shot, like that goddamn shit must have burned my roof, tongue, mouth, back of my throat, my stomach. Oh, it was, but I came back. And 20 minutes later, I came back for another drink. Mm-hmm.
So let's see what other people said. So Josh says his first drink was a Coors Light, 4 years old, while my uncle, mom, and dad were crabbing on the pier in Sharptown, Maryland. Okay, it was his first sip, but that's cool. And Tyra, so you weren't here back then, but her first drink was a Long Island at Triples. Had you ever been to Triples?
I never made the Triples. I never heard anything about it.
So you know where Iverson Mall is, right?
Yeah.
And across the street, you know where the 7-Eleven is? That 7-Eleven right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
That used to be where Triples was. It was a go-go club.
Okay.
And I went there a couple of times and got my life. And then one time, me and this girl that I went to high school with, we was about to go, and word got around that they had found a body behind the stage, and so we never went there again.
Okay. But Tyra, I'm with you with that Long Island because baby, I would go to the mill and on my first Long Island, I would drink it and I would get a headache. And so while I was drinking the second Long Island, the headache would get so bad I'd have to take a nap. But don't take my drink because I still had space for my third Long Island.
Right. Tyra says my first drink was at 3 in my daddy's lap reading the newspaper. His ass was so happy. He didn't see me sipping his beer until he did. He literally said, "This is my child."
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, why does this not surprise me about Lola? I'm so glad I lived in the nerd house at a woman's college. We didn't have to deal with drinking like that. They did pot and shrooms, though.
So listen, Lola, let me tell you something. I have been with people and I have experienced shroom chocolates. Mm-hmm. And the way they divvied it out was like a Hershey bar. So like the little 4 squares or whatever. And they said the average serving size was 4 squares or 4 rectangles or whatever. But I didn't want to do that. So the first time I did it, I took 1. So then the second time I did it, I took 2. And when I took the 2 the second time, I'll never forget. I was watching the motherfucking Savage Fenty show with the Rihanna show where Normani performed, and she was in that red room doing her little song. Mm-hmm. Baby, the red was like reaching out to me and touching me. It was like, and I was like, what is going on? And I felt like I was going deeper and deeper. And I was like, that was only on 2 squares. I said, oh no, I'm not doing this no more. Nope, no more shrooms for me. Nope, no more shrooms for me. No more shrooms for me. Nope. Not doing it.
Let's see. Desmond said it was Taylor's Port and Pineapple was my friend.
Listen, let me tell you something about this guy. First of all, Taylor's Port, it should be on the same shelf as Wild Irish Rose, Kenai, and Mad Dog, every flavor. And also on that same shelf, you have Cherokee beer and also Red and Blue Bull, and along with Popov vodka. That whole shelf should be just blown up. No one should ever go through that experience ever in life.
David says, when I turned 21, my dad found the worst rated beer in the world and ordered a pack. It was so gross that it made me sick. That must have been some natural ice or some natty ice
or some, what was it, Coors Light?
I don't know that I've ever had Coors Light, or maybe I had and I was just so fucked up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say in Pittsburgh, it was a lot of beer drinkers. a lot of white folks that drank beer, and so they used to always say the Coors Light was piss water, and I was just like, okay, so I never drank it. I was all right, whatever. So I tried to get a little jazzy, and I was like, I need to say jazzy, but I need to be a little hood. So it was Miller, but I was like, I went to regular Miller. I went to genuine draft.
Yes. Oh, you thought you was fancy,
baby? Listen, you couldn't tell me. Listen, and my 40, I'd like the Blue Bull, not the Red Bull, because I am not that type of girl.
Eccentric says, old granddad, when I was a child. I have never heard of that.
Old granddad? Ooh!
No. Oh, first drink of choice was a Midori sour. I used to love Midori sours until I didn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to love Midori sours until one day I was like, ooh.
Yeah, fuzzy navels. See, that's my sis. Colt 45 and fuzzy navels. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Seagram's gym after a family reunion deep in Louisiana, like 8 after a family reunion. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, 8-year-old drinking
man and Shevitz. Lola.
The way that gin must have ruined your throat.
Lola, man and Shevitz should be on that bottom shelf as well. It needs to be going. It should be in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Hey, you went to the bar. Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Nagila Gishma, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila.
I live for it.
Listen. I had fun at some of the bar mitzvahs I went to.
I appreciate that. I do remember that one of my fraternity, so when we would visit our fraternity brothers in Gainesville at University of Florida, who until we all went to Penn State that one time, I thought the brothers at University of Florida were the drinkingest motherfuckers I'd ever met, because they used to have what they called the margarita chair. It was this old, dirty. I mean, it wasn't so dirty that you didn't want to sit in it, but it was so dirty that you didn't want to sit in it.
Let me tell you
something. So they would put you in this chair, hold you back, and it was called a margarita chair because they would make the margarita in your mouth. And then they will rock you back and forth in the chair and then throw you out of the chair. And, okay, like after... So now realize you don't get in the margarita chair sober. You already fucked up when you get in the margarita chair. So the goal was to land on your feet when you get out of the margarita chair.
Baby.
I did. I landed on my feet probably 40% of the time.
Okay. Well, we had some drinking because listen, at Pitt, some of the drinking games, especially with funnel drinking and then upside down drinking from the tap. Oh my God. I was like, y'all, I just don't understand it. I don't and I remember my freshman year, there was a guy on the floor who's a white guy on the floor named Chet. And I remember he passed out for some reason in the hallway and they kept saying Chet. And people were knocking on my door and I was like, listen. That is not my ministry. That is not my ministry. I'm not going to be passed out in the middle of the floor. I'm not doing that. That is not my ministry. I'm going to go into my room and throw up all over the floor
like a lady.
Like, what the fuck?
I remember so my freshman year, we had a party once because at FAMU, I don't know how other schools were, but at FAMU, there was a club for whatever city you were from. So there was the Chicago Metro Club, the DC Metro Club, the New York Metro Club, the Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. The biggest, obviously, because we was in Florida, was like the Miami Club. But anyway, so the DC Metro Club had a party. And we were drinking. And we was drinking. Like, I didn't even know black people really drank like that because I was a nerd in high school. So My parents had liquor in the house, but I never drank any of my parents' liquor when I was.
It didn't really excite me.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that was of interest to me. So, but so anyway, so we are drinking, and then the bartender, and by bartender just mean one of the dudes who was making the drink. He was like, "I made this punch, bitch." I woke up 4 hours later. I'm on the floor. I'm on the floor. Some dude's boot is across my chest. My head was on some girl's breast. And we were like, where's so-and-so? This motherfucker had passed out in the dumpster. For some reason, I think what happened was he had already been vomiting. So he thought he was going to vomit again, and he started dry heaving. And this was 1989 or 1990. So he had this big gold chain, but he was all of $1.50, $1.30 soaking wet holding a brick. So the chain slipped off of his head when he put his head into the dumpster to dry heave again. And so he was so fucked up that he dove in after the chain and then passed out. After that, we was like, okay, girl, we are going to have to limit the amount of this punch next time. And I wasn't in charge of none of this, but then my sophomore year, we moved into this house. I guess I can get the address. 2313 Lois Lane.
Come on, Lois Lane.
And so we used to throw these parties called Metropolis parties.
Okay.
And we would make these little flyers and actually cut up the flyers and just leave a stack of them in the library. So it was cool, though. Let me just tell you why it was cool. Because there's nothing like walking across campus and having completely random people come up to you and be like, your party was good as hell. And especially at the time, girls was like, hey, Brian, I can't wait till you come to your party. And baby, everybody got fucked up. Because of course I had a bedroom, so I was fine. But I looked out my door at the one party, and I was like, there are motherfuckers passed out on the lawn and everything. And then, of course, that happened to be the day that the landlord, Sam, came by. Child, he knew what neighborhood it was. He was this light-skinned black man, and he looked around. He was like, all the plumbing still work. Ain't no holes in the walls. Just mop the floors and get the shit cleaned up. Y'all are all good kids. So it's all good. I mean, that was just a little house that he owned or whatever. So he was really cool with it. But I was like, of all the days for the landlord to come by.
Let me tell you what I realized. Let me tell you what I realized very early on, what I was never going to do. I realized I was never going to live with a bunch of men in a frat house. I've realized that very early on, like from all the freshman parties that I went to and everybody else, it just wasn't going to happen. So in 1991, when, a certain fraternity decided they wanted to have all the brothers in a house and get a house, and this is what they was going to do, and they had the first party, the house has never been clean since then. Because everybody did everything in that house. So people were dancing, people were smoking, people were drinking, people were throwing up, people was pissing, people was doing everything. And I was like, you think I'm getting ready to sleep in this place where the motherfuckers just threw up at, and somebody tried to have sex in the corner, or somebody, you think I'm ready? Oh no, ma'am, I'm not. And you think I'm ready to let somebody in this house next to my clothes? The fuck? No, man.
So they were at FAMU. They were famous for their luau, and like people would come from hundreds of miles around to come to the luau, and they turned it out.
So here's what I will say: the best party that we ever had, and every time this song comes on, I think about this, it was at the house, and everybody was there, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what was playing on. It was Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If your train goes off the track, pick it up. So everybody's jumping at that point. Yes. Well, guess what happened?
Tyra, that smell is not just feet.
Yeah, it's not just feet, but
That
the
is
floor,
that
the
is
main
that is
beam,
feet and ball sack and sweat
it was a lot.
and dick cheese and all of that shit.
During that song, when everybody was jumping, all you heard was crack. It was one of the main beams in the floor in the living room.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what? Needle off the motherfucking record player. Everybody get the fuck about. Like, was at that time I was the president, and I was like, oh no, ma'am, no motherfuckers dying on. They're not on my watch. We're not doing. No, everybody get out. Party's
Right.
over. We can party outside. No, get the fuck out. Go home. I don't give a fuck where you get the fuck out.
So the Kappa-luau's were great, and they would usually have them at their house until they got kicked off the yard for some reason. I don't even remember what it was at this point. But
Not
then
you,
the Alphas
man,
had a function at Leon County Civic Center. So they had, I can't remember the name of the party, but it was a party that they had every year, and it had gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. So they had literally had it at Leon County Civic Center. The party was so big that they actually were advertising it on the local radio stations. It was that big. And so at some point, there was so many people inside the space that the fire marshal had gotten called. So then people just started milling around outside. And what always happens when people start milling, somebody starts running, and you see it out the corner of your eye. And this is one of the bad things about being at a place with a bunch of black people. We all react the same, because if one Negro starts running, all Negroes start running. And if there are 4,000 people, there were 2,000 people inside. And that was part of the problem, because they sold like 7,000 tickets for an event where there was only space for like 2,000 people. So all these people were outside pressing to get in. And so people was pissed. People was already like half drunk or whatnot. And then out of the corner, I guess somebody saw somebody running, and then he started running. And then if he started running, then they start running, and they start running. So all of a sudden, you have this fucking stampede. And so, hey, I'm chilling and talking with my boys or whatever. And I look, and this wall of humanity coming at me. So like, if I see a wall of humanity coming at me, obviously I'm going to start going in that direction too. Baby, it was all over the news. It was like on the news for a couple of days. Because like no one got trampled to death, but a couple of people did get injured.
They just got lightly trampled upon, but they didn't
trampled upon, not to death. No one died as a result of it. But what was, like we were saying, those were the days.
I'm reading Lola's comment about her grandfather saying he was a Kappa and he lived in the Kappa house, and she was never allowed to go there. He was keeping you.
Hell no, he was trying to keep your virginity.
He was keeping you out there for a reason, and Tyra knew, because Tyra
said, because you know why? Because Lola, we remember that picture you showed us from your high school prom, your cute little ass, and showing up at that Kappa house. They might not have seen your ass for days.
And listen, she would have willingly volunteered for just about.
I'm not suggesting that she would have been anything untoward or against her will would have happened. I'm just saying your grandfather wasn't trying to be the cause of that.
So listen, I said the same thing to my cousin when the centennial was being held. She was like, "Oh, I'm going down to the." And absolutely not. No, you will not. No, you will not. No, you will not. I don't give a fuck what you do, but if I know you're going down there, no, you will not. Not.
How old was your cousin?
At the time, she's 18 years. She's 17 years younger than me. So at the time, this was 2011. So I was, oh God, what was that 14 years ago?
If it's 2011, you were 40 years old.
Yeah. I thought, like I said, 14 years ago. That's what I said. So
come on.
Yeah, it wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't happening. So she would have been, at that particular point, she would have been, what was that, 22? Mm-hmm. Something like that? 21, 22, whatever.
Just a no. Just a negative.
All the way around. Because I know exactly how it would have went down. Damn. I did everything. Listen, I just showed out something awful.
Yeah. Well, all right, we got a few stories. We managed to fill that time up beautifully. So you got some stories for us?
I do.
Get them to me ahead of time now, just as a backup, just in case you'll shit.
Well, that's normally what I would do, but then for the past couple, like 2 or 3 shows, I haven't been doing that. But whatever. Right. But in any event, so listen, I just want to keep you guys abreast of what's going on. I I am a Lifetime movie lover, and I'm gonna tell you I'm a Lifetime movie lover only because I fall asleep with the TV on, and sometimes Lifetime is in one channel I fall asleep on because there's always some good stuff on late at night, and it's usually Golden Girls or something else, or whatever. But since I no longer I pulled the cable, that's something different. But I still like a little white Lifetime. But anyway, Toni Braxton has partnered with Lifetime, and they produced and she's going to be starring in 2 movies that were inspired by 2 of her hit songs, He Wasn't Man Enough and Breathe Again. So the first one, He Wasn't Man Enough, is set to premiere November 22nd at 8 p.m. As part of the network's Love of a Lifetime November romance. And so Toni Braxton's going to star alongside Essence Atkins and Yvette Nicole Brown. And in the film, Braxton's going to play Mel Montgomery, a best-selling author whose personal life gets rocky when she discovers her boyfriend, Richard, who's played by Thomas Cardo, has been deceiving her. And then the second movie, which is going to be the sequel as they're billing it, Toni Braxton's Breathe Again, will premiere in 2026. Braxton and Atkins will reprise their roles, with Cree Summer joining the cast. And according to the press release, it's saying the film follows 3 women, Jennifer, Vanessa, or the character names Jennifer, Vanessa, and Evelyn, who meet as contestants on a reality dating show and suffer heartbreak under the spotlight. Their shared rejection sparks an unlikely sisterhood that carries them from Los Angeles to a new life in Seattle. There they navigate fresh starts, second chances, and the messy, hilarious realities of dating, friendship, and family. So I'm looking forward to these because I want to see how bad of an actor some of the people may be. But Lifetime is no stranger to collaborating with R&B legends, because they did that with Mary J. Blige for the trio of films, Mary J. Blige Real Love, Mary J. Blige Strength of Woman, and Mary J. Blige's Family Affair. All 3 of them I've never seen. But so if any of you have seen them, please chime in.
This was news to me that those movies even existed.
Please chime in and let me know if somebody's seen them, because I didn't even know that they were out there. In some Diddy news, just want to get y'all updated on that. Many of you may already know that Diddy was actually sentenced to a 50-month prison sentence. And it was on interstate prostitution charges. And they're trying to put him in a low security facility in New Jersey that has a drug treatment program. And they're saying that they're trying to get him into this particular program because it's in order to address drug abuse issues and to maximize family visitation and rehabilitative efforts, which, I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. It's about 40 miles outside of Philadelphia, and they offer occupational educational programs. Is one of several dozen prisons with a residential drug treatment program as well. But the other part that I need people to understand is that once he found out that he was going to be serving 50 months, Fox News reported that he reached out to 47 about a presidential pardon. And oddly enough, Trump spoke about it and the potential for a pardon for Diddy, he said he hadn't seen him. And he says, I haven't spoken to him for years. He said, I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think someone was mistreated, it wouldn't matter whether they like me or don't. But again, the fact that he reached out for this pardon I find it very interesting. One of his former prosecutors mentioned that this isn't the end of this particular issue or moment with Diddy, because she feels like his best chance of freedom is going to be appeals. And she's saying that he's definitely going to be doing appeals for him to get out early. Some of it is going to be based off of improper calculated guidelines for sentencing, and they're trying to get some things acquitted. So again, there's a whole legal battle that they're going to probably try to go through. And there's going to be some more momentum over the next couple of days, or actually next couple of weeks, about this appeal. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, he's got 50 months. His kids showed up to the sentencing, and from the artists renderings and drawings. Diddy is pretty much all white. Welcome to the club, Diddy. His kids were emotional because I'm sure they're seeing their father, you know, and they can't really see him, talk to him, you know, hug him and all that good stuff. But some of the pictures of him, or the drawing, the renderings of him, were interesting. So, but we'll see over the next couple of months what's going to go down. But again, he got 50 months, and right now he's going to be doing all 50 for right now.
I would say she saw all 3 of those Mary J. Blige movies, and they were exactly as you think they were.
Tyra, that is not because now I'm imagining the Tyra Nicole with the resting Nicole face of. But I could be wrong.
Sipping on a white wine.
I could be wrong.
Probably not.
I wanted to also say that we talked about this, or we mentioned this earlier on the show, that the Super Bowl halftime lineup for the halftime show, Bad Bunny has been tapped to perform at the Super Bowl, and many mofo are very upset about Bad Bunny being the halftime show headliner. There's a question there.
I have nothing against Bad Bunny being on the Super Bowl. I'm fine with it. I'm indifferent to it. I'm not like, it's unlikely that I'll watch because I'm not that into it. But I'm glad that he is getting the opportunity. But the way that the girls be going in, and by the girls, I mean the girls and the girls, the way they be going in for him, I was like when I saw him on Saturday Night Live, you know, you try to be like, you try to see somebody and you be like, you be trying to see it. And I'm like, it's like,
listen, there's a lid for every pot. And
I'm like, I'm not seeing it for her. Like, I mean, it's not an ugly person by any stretch of the imagination, but the way that the girls be going in, like, he is gorgeous. And I'm just like,
yeah, right, from what I've seen, but you know, that's my impression, my opinion.
I mean, you know, I'm you know, maybe I'm dating myself, but have you seen pictures of Ricky Martin these days?
Martin,
no, Ricky Martin.
Well, first of all, I always thought Ricky Martin was attractive, but Ricky Martin is now sexy to me. He is sexy as fuck.
Now, you know, if you're talking about somebody that I would go, me personally would go in for, I would, well, you know, I mean, I ain't gonna go in, but just in terms of, I could see the attractiveness. I see it for Ricky. I do.
But Bad Bunny, I'm not saying he's unattractive, but like much like you said, I'm kind of like, okay.
Good for them. You know what? If they stir your loins, then good for you.
Listen,
if it makes you want to fuck on your wife or your husband, you know, a little harder. So
it makes you want to leave the one you're with, start a new relationship, do what you got to do, bro. Yeah, but, that one. So listen, and through all the hubbub with Bad Bunny, again, you're starting to see some of the political lines kind of show up, and people's political alliances show up as well. And for the most part, it seems as if some of the most conservative red state Republican Midwestern conservative folk that are, you know, very pro-American and anti-anything not American are the ones that have a lot of problems. Well, in the New York Post recently, Eric Dickerson, a Hall of Famer, was quoted as saying he was quoted as saying he wanted Bad Bunny to keep his ass away from the Super Bowl halftime if he truly doesn't like the United States. He's talking about some comments that Bad Bunny allegedly made about the United States. But here's the thing. Bad Bunny is, if I remember correctly, he is a citizen of, he's from Puerto Rico, which is the U.S. territory. So it's still United States. But getting back to Eric Dickerson, they were saying that a TMZ photographer caught him outside of LAX on Monday night. And he was saying that when he got stopped, he was saying that he was hurt. He heard that there was some stuff that he had said about America, remarks that he didn't believe should be associated with the world's grandest sports stage, which again is what Bad Bunny allegedly said about America. And I don't even know if I should say alleged, because I think it is out there what he actually said.
He 100% said it.
So, but Eric Dickerson was saying, he was quoted as saying, "I'm from the U.S. I love my country, and if you don't like the United States, just get your ass out of here. Don't come over here." And then someone he also said, "I know Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., but he said it's not the U.S. That's the way I look at it, and that's how I feel." Which is indicative to me of a lot of people that are feeling the same way about this. I question: do you know geography? Do you know the map? Do you know how this thing?
You don't. You know geography, and I have two things to say. Mr. Dickerson, you know they still call you a nigger behind your back.
Part.
So
that part.
That's one. And two, why the fuck was TMZ waiting for Eric Dickerson to come to be somewhere?
Ask why?
And so that's why this whole thing feels like a setup and a stunt, because of all of the ex-NFL tailbacks, which I know that tailback is a position, but I can tell you what a quarterback does. I can tell you what a running back does and what a linebacker does, and a kicker. I have no idea what a tailback does. But anyway, whatever.
On February the 8th.
My point is like, why would they be asking him? Why would TMZ be posted up outside of some place that Eric Dickerson was at?
On February the 8th, and the Super Bowl comes up at Levi Stadium in California, we will see all that Bad Bunny has to offer. That's what we will see. Yeah. I just want to point out some new music this week. According to official charts on their website, Taylor Swift drops her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl.
They are letting her have it. Like even white girls that usually like her shit are like, this album is terrible.
Kali Uchis is back with her second single in a month, adopting Maria the Scientist for Pretty Promises. That was a single that was dropped. Country star Luke Combs is set to drop a 3-song EP titled The Prequel. The tracks are titled Days Like These, 15 Minutes, and My Kind of Saturday Night. Jason Derulo has unveiled a new single called Who Hurt You. Bryson Tiller has a new album, Solace and the Vices. So those are some of the new music that's come out last week that you guys can check out. Also, according to Billboard, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation announced on Wednesday that the first round of artists who take the stage to present or perform at this year's induction ceremony in Los Angeles it's going to be a roster that includes Elton John, Missy Elliott, Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Iggy Pop, Doja Cat, Olivia Rodrigo, Teddy Swims, Ray, and TV legend David Letterman. The induction ceremony will also happen on it'll stream live coast to coast on Disney Plus November 8th at 8 p.m. And then they will also have some other performances that will show after that on regular TV, which I believe is ABC, but it's going to be available to stream on the following ceremony. ABC will also air a primetime special with performance highlights on Thursday, January 1st at 8 p.m. So for those of you that were waiting for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and who was going to be the performers, just to give you an idea of all the performers just in general that's going to be there: Beck, Brandi Carlile, David Letterman, Doja Cat, Elton John, Flea, Iggy Pop, J.I.D., Killer Mike, Maxwell, Missy Elliott, Olivia Rodrigo, Questlove, Ray, Sleepy Brown, Taylor Momsen, Teddy Swims, 21 Pilots. Where the hell they find Sleepy Brown at? Where of all people, where'd they find him at? But okay. All right.
No idea who that is.
Sleepy Brown. I like the way you move. I like the way you move.
Why did I think that was Montel Jordan?
That's not Montel Jordan. Sleepy Brown was brought out by what's her name? Outkast. And he had another song out though that you probably I Like the Way You Move was probably the most popular one. I can't think of the other ones. If anybody else can think of it, please give me some other titles. But I Like the Way He Moves. That was definitely Sleepy Brown. On some celebrity side, I just wanted to let you guys know There's love that's still brewing out there. Lupita Nyong'o has found a new love. The 41-year-old recently went public with her current lover, fellow actor Joshua Johnson. And some of you may not know who Joshua Jackson is, but if you watched the 90s teen drama Dawson Creek, and if you watch shows like Fringe or Dr. Death, or the Paramount series Fatal Attraction, you'll find Joshua Jackson in those films and being a major part. He is a interesting looking man. He's not unattractive, but he's definitely very interesting to look at for me. So congratulations, Lupita. Apparently they both have gotten together after having some really rough years, because Lupita was initially dating a musician that ended horribly, and there were some cryptic posts about being betrayed and all this other stuff that she put out there in the Twitterverse after it happened. But again, Joshua also has had some really shitty luck with his romances as well. So the two are now dating, and they're apparently very happy.
But
Yeah,
Joshua definitely has a type, because his ex-wife is Jodie Turner-Smith.
So again,
beautiful dark skin. So, he's got a type for the beautiful dark skinned women, which I'm not mad at.
But he's interesting. Like,
and I always personally found Joshua Jackson to be
he's cutest.
I mean,
but for a lot of people, for myself, I should say, he just comes across as Joe White guy, but he happens to be cute.
Nice guy.
And that's it. That's how I look at it. Like, but again, hey, if you love it, I like it. Cool. But congratulations to them, and hopefully there will be other conversations about them that'll talk about their relationship and love in a positive way. So we'll see how that goes. But those are all the stories that I got for right now.
Excellent. And, this was a fun show. And don't forget that next week we will be doing the BGKH show for the Blackout version.
And also, I want you guys to remember that we will be starting later. We'll be starting at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. So I don't want some of our stunt queens in this room. I'm not gonna mention any names, Grace. They're not gonna bug me about this late start, Grace. They're not gonna bug me about a late start, Grace. They're not gonna bug me about a late start, Grace. And also Desmond. Not gonna bug me about a late start, right? Okay, thank you all.
Well, all right, kids. As usual, this is just the little bit of therapy and relaxation that I need after a shitty few days at work. So thank you all for blessing me with your presence. And, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. It is so great to see all of you all. And I'm so honored that you would choose to spend time with us every week.
I got nothing.
Well, all right, kids. With that, we love you all, and good night. Bye. Mwah.
Did you hit the end button?